He doesn't say much more for the whole meal, which means that I have to suffer through a horrible question and answer session from Rosanna about all of my school friends. And then Esther wants an update on what TV shows I watch, and then Clara gets started on the whole, so what are you thinking about for university thing? To which my answer is simply, I'm not. Charlie keeps taking out his phone and texting under the table, which kind of starts to piss me off, but I don't really want to annoy him, as everyone else in this family is doing that already. I managed to escape the cousin trio after dinner and sit quietly on the sofa, so I check my own phone. Becky Allen's 1107. Ellen Mayo, I'm so glad I'm an only child. Merry Christmas, you insomniac. 1110. Love you. 1222. Dad got me the new Call of Duty. See you in my next life. 1401. Mom's drunk already. Can your family adopt me? 1454. Mom is dancing on a chair. 1459. Hashtag save Becky. How are you feeling anyway, Charlie? Uncle Ant's voice snapped my attention from my phone. Uncle Ant is very much like Clara. Big on gossip, big on talking about deep things, generally very irritating. He's sitting on a chair on the other side of the room facing Charlie, who's next to me on the sofa. Charlie's eyes widen as he searches for something to say. I'm doing okay, thanks. It's so nice that you could come back for Christmas. Can't imagine what Christmas must be like in a place like that. Noticeable tension draws up around us. The grandparents are luckily all have a separate conversation on the other sofa, and Mom and Dad are absent from the room. But Uncle Ant and Aunt Jules, all our cousins, and various miscellaneous relatives now have their full attention on Charlie. Charlie's hands curl into fists. Well, it all got decorated for Christmas, he says, and a lot of it was really helpful. I hate the way people react when they learn Charlie spent a few weeks as an inpatient, as if it's the most horrific thing they've ever heard. It's because it automatically makes them think mental asylum and crazy people, instead of treatment and recovery and trying to manage an eating disorder. Don't get me wrong, I've read online that psych wards are not always great places, like if they've got shitty stuff or they are underfunded. But the one Charlie went to helped him more than me and Mom and Dad were ever able to. He had a whole team of experts helping him understand his feelings and start working towards recovery without the distraction and pressure of school. In all honesty, going to one probably saved Charlie's life. Unfortunately, by the time I've tried to figure out how to say all this to Uncle Ant, he has continued spouting absolute garbage. Oh, I'm sure, continues Uncle Ant, but you hear some horror stories, don't you? White walls and stair jackets and all. Aunt Jewel laughs and whacks Uncle Ant playfully on the arm. Oh, come on now, Antonio. No mental hospital are like that. Psychiatric ward, I correct her. She clears her throat. Yes. She shoots a wide grin at Charlie. We're all happy that Charlie's better and back with us, aren't we? Absolutely, says Uncle Ant. That's the other thing they don't get. They think eating disorder and mental illnesses can just be fixed at the drop of a hat. They don't understand that it's a process. Thanks, says Charlie, but he looks like he's about to throw up. And how are you, Tori? Asks Aunt Jules. How's sixth form going? I begin to recite the classic answer to this question. It's fine, / it's a lot harder than GCSEs. It's nice not to have to do PE anymore. And as I do, Charlie gets up and leaves the room. I excuse myself and follow him at my earliest opportunity, trying not to hate Aunt and Jules as much as I actually do. It baffles me sometimes that people can just say stuff like this. That people can just have no idea about things. I wander down the hallway and go to enter the kitchen, but stop when I see Charlie and Mom inside. standing in front of each other as if they are having a sort of face-off. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want us to talk about it? You're very immature, Charlie. How am I being immature? You're acting like a baby who just wants everyone's attention all of the time. I don't want people's attentions. That's the problem. Mom rips her washing up clothes off her hands. Look, everyone's aware that this is a difficult Christmas. For you. But you could at least recognize that we are trying our best. Trying your best? What do you want? A fucking congratulations certificate? Language! Half the time, you refuse to even acknowledge that I have a fucking mental illness, and the other half, you try as hard as possible to make me feel like I'm the last person you ever wanted as a child. And that's when Mom snaps. Get out! She points toward the kitchen door. Just get out. Charlie doesn't say anything at all. He turns around, walks away, exits the room, and finds me there. Mom disappears out of view, and Charlie stands there looking down at me. I'm going to Nick's, he says, in what he tries to make a calm voice. Oh, I say. He turns around and starts putting his shoes on. Please don't, I say. I can't. He stands back up. I can't deal with... He gestures towards the living room and the kitchen. All of that. It's Christmas, though, I say. Let's be honest, he continues, as if he hadn't heard me. I'm just the joke of the family, anyway. You're not. He reaches into the porch and grabs his coat and the gift bag of presents for Nick. This winter's been the fucking worst. He picks up a spare key and opens the door. It's raining. The cold comes in. I want to cry. I want to do anything to stop him from leaving. Can't you at least spend Christmas with me? I say. He turns back. His eyes are watery. What does that mean? You spend all of your time with Nick anyways. He starts to shout at me. That's because he treats me as something other than a fucking mentally ill. I stay quite still. I do too, I say, but my voice trails off. Sorry, he says, but he's already leaving. I'll see you later. The door closes, and I don't move. I look down at my gray skirt, and I really wish I was wearing jeans. I don't feel like myself. I realize I still have my cracker crown on, so I take it off and tear it into several pieces. I probably should have seen this coming. He's being unfair, but I don't have any right to be annoyed at him. I walk back in the kitchen. Mom is still washing up. I walk up to her, and her face looks like stone. Like ice, maybe. There's a pause, and then she says, You know I am trying my best. I know she is. But her best isn't really good enough. And it shouldn't be about how she feels anyways. I walk out of the kitchen and sit on the stairs. Oliver runs past me with one of his new tractors. I go into the porch and open the door to see whether Charlie is just sitting on the curb at the end of the driveway. But he isn't. Winter is usually my favorite season, but Charlie's right. This winter has been the fucking worst. I sit down in the porch, my feet sticking out of the doorframe. There are some fairy lights outside someone's house across the road, but the more I look at them, the dimmer they seem to get. It doesn't feel like Christmas. I think I'm trying my best too. I sit with him every mealtime. I ask him how he is every day, and sometimes he tells me. I started being his friend as well as his sister. Not that that matters. I don't matter. He matters. A car drives past. It's getting sort of dark now. Dark and cold and rainy. I think about how nice that is, and then I laugh to myself. Since when did they become my favorite things?